where your foundation is. And the reason for that is because the more muscle that you put on, which results from the strength training, the faster your metabolism gets. So if you don't know what your metabolism is burning a certain amount of calories per day. I'm sure you've read calories on a nutrition label before. If you see calories, that's our body's main energy source. We burn a certain amount of that every single day. So for instance, if you're a 180-pound male who doesn't really exercise that much, you probably burn anywhere between around the 2,000 mark of how much you burn on a daily basis, versus like a female probably burns more around like 1,300 maybe. But with strength training, you can bump those numbers up. So if, let's say you're looking to lose fat, right? If you're looking to lose your love handles, you obviously want to lose body fat. In order for you to lose body fat, you need to eat in a calorie deficit. What does that mean? In order for you to reach a calorie deficit, you need to consume less calories than your body burns. So let's take an example of a guy that's 180 pounds. He burns 2,000 calories a day. He then starts to eat 1,700 calories a day, and he loses 5 pounds. Great, he lost 5 pounds. The problem is, if you're just doing cardio, after you lose 5 pounds, well, guess what? Your resting metabolism, that 2,000 number, it starts to go down, unfortunately. It starts to balance out at 1,700, and now you're 5 pounds lighter, but your body only burns 1,700 calories a day. So now what? What's the move? How do you continue to lose fat? And this is why so many people struggle to lose weight and keep it off, because they slow their metabolism down. And now, in order for you to lose more weight, you have to continue to cut more calories. You have to continue to burn more calories. And then what? You get to 1,500? Not a good place to be. Not a good place to be mentally, physically. It's not healthy to starve yourself in that matter. But check this out, right, guys? Check me out. Strength training. You start lifting weights. You start lifting weights 3 days a week. All of a sudden, right? You're building muscle. That muscle burns calories. So you go from burning 2,000 calories a day, you're eating 1,700 calories a day to lose weight, and you lose 5 pounds. But guess what? You put on a couple pounds of muscle. Now your body burns more calories per day. You see how that works? You add in muscle. Now all of a sudden that resting 2,000 calories, it may just, you lose 5 pounds, it's probably just going to stay the same. And you can continue to eat 1,700 calories and continue to still burn fat. And the good news is that long term, let's say 6 months down the line, you put on muscle. Guess what? 6 months down the line, maybe you're burning 2,200 calories and you only weigh 170. Wonderful. What's more sustainable? What can you do for a longer period of time? Can you eat 1,500 calories a day and be 170? Or can you eat 2,200 calories a day and be 170? Where's your love handles going to be at 170 versus 180? You see the point? Strength training is important because it's going to help you speed up your metabolism, right? The second thing is that you have an organized nutrition structure that is flexible but also hits your goals. What do I mean by that? We take a look at our nutrition, and for the most part, people are very blindsided by it. They wake up in the day, they get hungry, and they react as fast as they can to their hunger. They try to eat something as fast as they possibly can in order to satisfy their hunger or satisfy their craving. But the truth is, if you create an organized meal structure based off of the types of food that you like, the types of foods that are going to create a positive effect for you, but also are flexible and contain some of your favorite foods. So here's an example. You've seen it before. You've seen the trainers and stuff, and you've probably have seen it before, the meal plans online, right? Like, follow this meal plan and you'll get a 6-pack abs. Well, if you can't actually follow it, it's not that good. But what if you were to create a template where 80% of the food is healthy and wholesome, and you figured out ways to like season your food and make it tasty, and it's got all your protein needs, your micronutrient needs and stuff like that. But then 20% of your diet is coming from like fun junk food, right? It's coming from things like ice cream, right? I eat tons of ice cream and I'm still able to keep fat off because firstly, I'm not overdoing it, but I'm also like strength training, keeping my metabolism strong, and Also, outside of the ice cream, you know, 2 or 3 meals out of the day. I only eat about 3 times a day. I do intermittent fasting, but that's not a requirement. So 2 of my meals will be like super duper healthy, and then I'll have like a little dessert at the end of the night, you know. That, for me, that little bowl of ice cream is able to satisfy my cravings and is able to keep my diet on point. Because if I don't allow myself to have that ice cream, I'm going to crave sweets way more than just the simple, you know, the little bowl of ice cream. I'm going to crave sweets. I'm going to want to eat more junk food. If you allow yourself to have some junk food, it's actually not going to be that, it's not really going to have that much of a negative effect on you. I'm going to be dead serious. You know, you can fit ice cream into your diet, or pizza, or whatever that you like, or whatever type of flexible schedule that you like. But when you create this meal template, you're putting into consideration your schedule, your favorite types of foods, and the foods that will obviously help you make your goals. So making like an 80-20% range on what type of foods that you eat and on your diet will make or break you. And that will help you lose love handles over time, because you figured out a way for it to be sustainable. Because what's the point of going on a diet for 30 days and losing love handles if you're just going to gain it right back in the next month? It's pointless. Create a plan that is going to help you long term. And the very last thing, guys, the third thing that I'm going to tell you is to just move more. Move more throughout the day. Move as much as you can. Park far away. Get your steps in. Try to hit 10,000 steps a day. Find a hobby that has you moving. I personally like to go walking. I personally like to do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I like to box. I like to jump rope. Those are some of the things that I do on a fairly regular basis, especially the jiu-jitsu stuff. I do a lot of that, and I do a lot of the walking. So the jiu-jitsu, I'll do like hours and hours a week. And, you know, it doesn't have to be anything extreme. You know, you could jump rope for 10 minutes. You could do a yoga class. You could do a cycling class. You could stretch out a little bit. You could go for a walk. You could go for a run. You could do battle ropes. You could do ball slams. You could do backflips. You could do whatever the hell you want. But the purpose is that you move more throughout the day, even outside of your strength training sessions. If you're able to just like take the stairs instead of the elevator, like those little things, man, they add up. Imagine moving a little bit, 30 minutes a day, just a little bit of movement, 30 minutes a day, right? You stretch. Between a 15-minute stretching session and a 15-minute walking session, you have 30 minutes, right? 30 minutes a day. What is that over a week? 30 times 7, that's quick maths, 620, 120, 180, and then 210. So 210 minutes, that's about almost, over 3 hours. So that's what is that, 3.5 hours at the end of the week? 3.5 hours of extra movement just by doing some things that you enjoy doing. Because how many times have you worked out or done like a yoga class or stretched or walked or moved and you feel so much better afterwards? You feel lighter on your feet, you feel more focused, you have a little bit more clarity, all that fun stuff, right? That is going to be what helps somebody lose their love handles long term versus somebody that goes on a diet for 30 days and just continues to struggle and yo-yo for the rest of their life. So anyway, guys, that's the 3 things: strength training, an organized nutrition template, and moving more. I'm going to keep it at that. If you have any other questions, feel free to comment below. Peace out, guys.